Thank you very much. I would like to start by, making sure that we all think of education as a human right. And we know who's responsible for realizing human rights. It's governments. It's us as governments making sure that all children, all young people in our countries have access to quality education, but we don't do that alone. We have to do that in partnership. A rights-based approach means participation. It means participation by young people, by professions, important professions that need to be part of shaping what we do, by academia and our partners around the world and multilateral partners. And we need to have that as our starting point. And what I learned from working in HIV, but also in other rights-based approaches, is that nothing about us without us. So with that as a starting point, we've heard very powerful statements about how young people are not getting that education that they need. 260 million children out of school, and the pandemic having pushed many more children and young people out into learning poverty. So we are at the right time for the UN Secretary General to convene us and to bring us together for the Transforming Education Summit. We need to mobilize even greater political ambition, commitment, and action to not just reverse setbacks in education, but to transform and to achieve Sustainable Development Goal 4. So, what are my 3 points? The first point is that we are seeing more and more children living in situations of crisis, needing education support. Some of those crises are protracted. It's not a short time and then you go back to normal life and back to school again. No, those crises can last a very long time. And that means we need to think differently about how to provide education to children in those situations. So Norway is very pleased to be co-convening and supporting the Education Cannot Wait high-level financing conference, an initiative to provide support to education to children and young people in those situations. And we are doing that together with Switzerland, Niger, Germany, and South Sudan, and it's of course open to others to be part of that endeavor and make sure that we are able to provide education to children and young people in crisis situations. Second, we need to ensure that our learners have access to quality education that is gender transformative. In the post-pandemic period, we need to give more attention to the needs of girls and women. And we need to safeguard sexual and reproductive health and rights of everybody. So in an education setting, comprehensive sexuality education needs to be a priority. So that was the second. And finally, we need to focus on building robust and sustainable education systems, with domestic education financing still being insufficient in many countries. And in preparing for the summit in September, I welcome the emphasis on national consultations. All children have the right to quality education. Time is of the essence, and we need to act now.